The hospital room was cold. It always is. The machines beeped a steady rhythm, a clock counting down the moments I had left with my wife, Eleanor. She had been my life for 41 years. Now her life was fading like an old photograph left in the sun. Her hand felt small in mine, the skin thin like paper. Her breathing was shallow, a tiny puff of air against the world. I leaned in close, my ear near her lips, trying to catch any sound she might make. I didn't want to miss a single thing. Not now, not at the end. Her eyes opened, just for a second. They were still the same blue, the color of the ocean on a clear day. But they were cloudy now, distant. She looked at me, and I saw a flicker of the girl I married, the girl who laughed at my silly jokes, the girl who danced with me in the kitchen. She tried to smile, but her mouth barely moved. I squeezed her hand gently. "I'm here, Ellie," I whispered. "I'm right here." I wanted her to know she wasn't alone. I wanted my presence to be a comfort, a final anchor in a storm she was facing by herself. Then she spoke. Her voice was not a voice at all. It was more like the rustle of dry leaves. It was a whisper that I almost missed. I had to lean in even closer, my cheek almost touching hers. She said just 4 words. 4 simple words that would change everything. They were not "I love you," though I know she did. They were not goodbye, though this was the end. She looked past me, as if seeing our whole life together. She whispered, "You never saw me." And then, she was gone. The beeping of the machine became one long, unbroken sound. The nurse came in. She was kind. She said gentle things, words about peace and rest, but I didn't hear them. All I heard were Ellie's words. "You never saw me." They bounced around in the empty space of the room. They echoed in the silence left by the stopped machine. I sat there, holding her hand, which was already growing cool. 41 years. We had built a life. We had 2 children, a house, a shared history. How could she say I never saw her? The words felt like a stone in my chest, heavy, cold, and very, very real. I went home to a house that was no longer a home. It was just a building full of furniture. Her scent was still on the pillows. Her favorite mug was by the sink. Her book was on the nightstand, a marker holding her place, a place she would never get to. Every object was a memory. Every memory was now tinged with her last words. I walked through the rooms, a ghost in my own life. I looked at the photos on the wall, our wedding, the birth of our son, our daughter's graduation. We were smiling in every picture, but were we happy? Or were we just posing for a camera? Her words followed me everywhere. "You never saw me." What did she mean? I saw her every day. I saw her across the breakfast table. I saw her as she worked in her garden. I saw her sleeping beside me every night for 4 decades, but maybe seeing is not the same as seeing. I saw the outside, the tired wife, the busy mother, the woman who made sure the bills were paid and the house was clean. I saw the roles she played. I saw the function she performed. But did I see her? The person inside? The girl with dreams she never shared? The woman with worries she kept to herself? A deep regret began to grow inside me, like a weed in a garden. It wrapped itself around my heart. I thought about all the times she tried to talk to me. Really talk. She would start a sentence. "I was thinking today." And I would interrupt. I would be watching the news. I would be focused on a problem at work. I would be too tired. I would say, "Can we talk about this later, Ellie?" But later never came. The moments passed. The conversations never happened. Her thoughts and feelings were like letters she wrote, but never sent. I started to understand. She wasn't talking about my eyes. She was talking about my attention, my focus, my heart. I was physically present, yes, but my mind was a million miles away. It was at the office. It was on the golf course. It was worrying about the mortgage. It was anywhere but there, with her, in the small, quiet moments that make up a life. I had looked at her, but I had not seen her. And now, it was too late to open my eyes. The regret was a heavy blanket, and I was suffocating under its weight. I found an old box of photos in the attic. They were not in neat albums. They were loose, jumbled together, like our memories. I found one from our honeymoon. We were at the beach. Ellie was laughing, her hair blowing in the wind. She was trying to hold her hat on her head. I was looking at her, and in that picture, I could see it. I was really seeing her. My eyes were full of love and nothing else. I remembered that day. We had no money. We ate cheap sandwiches and stayed in a tiny motel room. But we were so happy. We had only each other, and that was more than enough. Another picture showed us in our first tiny apartment. We were painting the walls a bright, hopeful yellow. There was more paint on us than on the walls. Ellie had a smear of yellow on her nose, and I was pointing at it, laughing. She was pretending to be mad, but her eyes were sparkling with joy. In that moment, we were a team. We were partners building a life from scratch. We had dreams. We would talk for hours about the children we would have, the places we would go. We shared everything. Our fears, our hopes, our silly, secret wishes. We saw each other completely. I remember the day our son Michael was born. I was a nervous wreck. Ellie was the strong one. She held my hand and told me everything would be okay. When they placed that tiny baby in her arms, I saw a look on her face I had never seen before. It was a look of pure, fierce love. I wasn't just looking at my wife anymore. I was looking at a mother. I fell in love with her all over again in that moment. We were tired and overwhelmed, but we were in it together. We would wake up in the middle of the night, two soldiers in the trenches of parenthood, and we would smile at each other in the dim light. Those were the good times, the times when we were connected, when we were tuned to the same frequency. Looking at the photos, I felt a warmth spread through me, a brief relief from the cold of my regret. We had these moments. They were real. We did love each other. The happiness in those pictures wasn't a lie, but they also made the truth hurt more. Where did that connection go? How did we lose it? The photos were proof that we knew how to see each other. We just forgot. We let life, with all its noise and distractions, get in the way. Marriage is not just the big, happy moments. It is also the small, quiet ones. And sometimes, those quiet moments are not peaceful. I remember the arguments, not the big, shouting matches. Those were rare. I am talking about the small, silent wars. The disagreements that ended with a slammed door or a cold shoulder. The nights we went to sleep, facing away from each other. A canyon of space between us in the bed. We didn't fight about big things like money or cheating. We fought about little things, the way I left my socks on the floor, the way she was always late. I remember one evening clearly. She had cooked a special dinner. She had tried a new recipe. She was excited for me to taste it. But I had a bad day at work. I was angry about something my boss had said. I came home and barely noticed the effort she had made. I ate in silence, my mind still at the office. She asked me how it was. I just shrugged and said, "It's fine." I saw the light go out of her eyes. She had wanted to share something with me, and I had closed the door. I didn't mean to be cruel. I was just thoughtless. But thoughtlessness can be the cruelest thing of all. There were so many missed chances. She loved to walk in the park when the leaves were changing color in the fall. Every year she would ask me, "Let's go for a walk this weekend." And I would say, "I'm too busy," or "I need to watch the game," or maybe next week. Next week never seemed to arrive. I saw the walks as a waste of time. I didn't see them for what they were. A chance to be with her. A chance to hold her hand and talk about nothing and everything. A chance to see the joy on her face as she kicked through the red and yellow leaves. I missed every single one. These small hurts, these little neglects, they add up. They are like tiny drops of water that, over 41 years, can wear away a stone. Each time I chose my work over her, each time I dismissed her feelings, each time I failed to notice her efforts, I was making her a little more invisible. I was slowly, unintentionally, erasing the person I promised to cherish. I was there, but I was not present. And she was there, waiting for me to see her, waiting for a husband who had become too busy to look. After the funeral, the silence in the house became different. It was no longer the absence of sound. It was a presence. It was heavy, like a thick fog that filled every room. Before, there was always the sound of Ellie, the hum of her sewing machine, the clatter of pots and pans in the kitchen, the sound of her voice on the phone with our daughter. I had taken those sounds for granted. I had even found them annoying sometimes. Now I would give anything to hear them again. The silence was a constant reminder of what I had lost and what I had failed to appreciate. I started doing things she used to do just to feel close to her. I tried to water her plants in the garden. I realized I had no idea how much water they needed. Some I gave too much, some too little. They began to wither, just as she had. I tried to make her favorite soup. I found her recipe card, the edges soft and stained with ingredients. But it didn't taste the same. It was missing something. It was missing her. I was just going through the motions. I was a poor imitation of the life that used to fill this house. Her last words had become my constant companion. You never saw me. I would sit in her favorite armchair, the one with the worn fabric where her head used to rest, and I would think about them. I began to see our life from a different perspective. It was like watching a movie of our marriage. But this time, I was watching from her side of the screen. I saw a woman who gave up her dream of being a painter to raise our children. I saw a woman who hosted every family holiday, even when she was exhausted. I saw a woman who celebrated my successes and comforted me in my failures, asking nothing in return. I realized that for 41 years, I had been the center of my own world. I thought our life revolved around me, my job, my stress, my needs. I had seen Ellie as a supporting character in my story. I never understood that she was the main character of her own story, a story I had failed to read. The silence in the house was not just her absence. It was the sound of my own ignorance echoing back at me. It was the sound of decades of missed opportunities to truly know the person I loved the most. If I could go back in time, what would I say? The list is endless. It grows longer with each passing day. I would start with the simple things. I would say, thank you. I would thank her for every meal she cooked, for every shirt she ironed, for every time she listened to me complain about work. I took all of it for granted. I saw it as her duty, not as a gift. I wish I had told her that I saw her effort. I wish I had said, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for taking care of us. Those two words could have changed so much. I wish I had asked her more questions, not just, how was your day, but real questions. What are you dreaming about these days, Ellie? What are you afraid of? Is there anything you wish you had done? Are you happy? I was so busy talking about myself that I never made space for her to talk about herself. I wish I had been more curious about the landscape of her mind. I spent 41 years sleeping next to a woman whose inner world was a mystery to me. I wish I had been a better explorer of her heart. I wish I had said I love you more often. I thought she knew. I assumed it. But love is not something you say once on your wedding day. It is something that needs to be said every day. It needs to be shown in small actions. It's bringing her a cup of tea without being asked. It's putting down the newspaper when she starts to talk. It's telling her she looks beautiful, even when she's in her old gardening clothes. I wish I had said I love you, not just as a habit at the end of a phone call, but with my full attention, looking her right in the eyes. Most of all, I wish I could go back to that hospital room. I would hold her hand, just as I did. But when she whispered, "You never saw me," I would say something different. I wouldn't just sit there in stunned silence. I would lean in close and whisper back. I would say, "You're right, I am so sorry. But I see you now, Ellie. I see you, and you are beautiful." Maybe, just maybe, it would have given her some peace. And maybe it would have given me some too. But I can't go back. I can only live with the words I didn't say. After weeks of living in a gray fog, I decided to do something. I went to the attic and found a dusty easel and a box of old paints. They were hers, from before we were married, from when she dreamed of being an artist. Most of the paint tubes were hard and dry, but a few were still soft. I bought a fresh canvas. I set up the easel in the living room, right by the window where the light was best. I had no idea what I was doing. I had never painted anything in my life. but I felt like I had to try. I tried to paint her garden. I looked out the window at the roses and the lilies she had planted. I tried to mix the colors, the green of the leaves, the vibrant red of the rose petals. It was a disaster. My painting looked like a child's messy finger painting. It was flat and lifeless. It didn't capture any of the beauty I saw outside. I felt frustrated. I almost gave up. It was so much harder than it looked. And then I stopped. I realized this was how she must have felt. Giving up her passion was not a small thing. It was a huge sacrifice. I kept trying. Every day I would spend an hour with her paints. I wasn't trying to create a masterpiece. I was trying to understand. I was trying to see the world through her eyes. I started to notice things I never had before. The way the light changed during the day, the subtle shades of purple in a shadow, the delicate structure of a flower petal. The world seemed more vibrant, more detailed. I was starting to see, not just look, but truly see the beauty in the small things she had always cherished. Painting became my way of talking to her. It was a conversation without words. With every brushstroke, I felt like I was saying, "I'm sorry." With every color I mixed, I felt like I was saying, "I'm trying to understand." I painted her favorite teacup. I painted the view from our kitchen window. I painted the old oak tree in the backyard. My paintings were still clumsy and amateurish, but they were full of love. They were my apology, my tribute, my final desperate attempt to show her that now, finally, I saw her. Grief is not a single storm that passes. It is more like the weather. Some days are sunny, full of warm memories of Ellie's laugh. On those days, I can smile. I can feel grateful for the 41 years we had, even with my regrets. I can remember the love that was always there, even when it was buried under the routines of daily life. These are the days I can hear her voice in my head. Not her last words, but her encouraging words. The ones that told me I was a good man, even when I didn't feel like one. Then there are the rainy days. The days when the regret is a cold, drenching rain that soaks me to the bone. On those days, the silence in the house is unbearable. I see her ghost in every room. I replay my failures over and over in my mind. The walks I didn't take, the conversations I didn't have, the gratitude I didn't express. These days are hard. They are a punishment I feel I deserve. But I know Ellie would not want me to live this way. She would want me to live. Not just exist, but truly live. Slowly, very slowly, I am learning to live again. Our children, Michael and Sarah, call me every day. At first, I didn't want to talk. But then I remembered Ellie's last words. I started to ask them questions, real questions, about their jobs, their worries, their dreams. I started to listen, really listen, not just wait for my turn to speak. I am trying to see them, in a way I failed to see their mother. It is my way of honoring her. It is my way of making sure her lesson was not wasted on me. Life is quieter now, but it is not empty. I have my memories. I have her garden. I have my clumsy paintings. And I have her final, painful gift, the gift of sight. She opened my eyes. It hurts to see so clearly what I missed. But it is also a blessing. It has changed me. It has made me a better father, a better friend, a better man. I am old, and my time is short. But I will spend the rest of my days trying to see the people I love. I will not make the same mistake twice. If you are reading this, maybe you are young. Maybe you are in the middle of a life full of work and kids and noise. Maybe your love story is still being written. I am writing this for you. I am an old man in a quiet house, and I have a message for you. Do not wait. Do not wait until it is too late. The person you love is right there, next to you. Do not just look at them. See them. See them today. See them tomorrow. See them every day you are given. Put down your phone. Turn off the television. Close the laptop. Look at the person you share your life with. Ask them about their day and listen to the answer as if it is the most important story in the world. Because it is. Ask them what they are dreaming of. Ask them what they are afraid of. Learn the map of their heart. Do not assume you know it already. People change. People grow. People hide their secret pains and silent hopes. Be the one who discovers them. Celebrate the small things. The cup of coffee they make for you in the morning. The way they laugh at your jokes. The quiet moments you share on the sofa at the end of a long day. These are not small things. These are the building blocks of a life. These are the moments that matter. Say thank you. Say I appreciate you. Say I love you. Say these words until they are worn smooth with use. They are never empty. They are everything. Do not let your life become a collection of missed opportunities. Take the walk. Have the conversation. Listen to the song. Share the silence. Love is not a grand gesture. It is a million small acts of attention, paid over a lifetime. My 41 years with Ellie were a gift. I just didn't know how to open it properly until the very end. Do not make my mistake. Cherish your gift while you still have it. See the love that is right in front of you. See it now, before all you have left is silence and regret.